Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Jason Williams, and I'm with my tag team partner, Blake Castetter, and we are the Sunday Funday guys. Episode number 2 for today, Sunday Six Pack.
That's right.
Ready to get these bets in? Let's win some money, man. Tired of freaking losing. Stupid
That
Vegas.
under hit. I told you, Jackson Dart under last week. I knew it. That Denver defense, don't run the quarterback on him. It's not going to work.
You heard it here, folks. If you're not
Play
listening,
those unders.
if you're not listening, you ain't winning. How about that?
And what was the one we uncovered? Oh, Judkins.
Judkins, yeah.
In our last episode we chatted on.
Was it 67?
67.5 rushing yards against a defense that hasn't allowed a single rusher to break 50.
Under.
Take the under. All right.
Under.
You don't think he's the one that upsets the trend?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, no. And again, I think the Browns' offensive line is pretty good, but I think the New England's defense as a whole, they're predicated on stopping the run. That's what they're predicated on. And again, as I mentioned in the other episode, it's not like this is like the first year they've done this. We're talking 20 years of, hey, our defense is built to stop the run. You're going to have to throw it on us to beat us. So I don't see that changing this week. Definitely take the under.
Then they bring in a defensive-minded former linebacker and Mike Vrabel to be their head coach.
Exactly.
Oh, they're going to stop the run.
Right. Yep. So let's get into Sunday Six-Pack. We got some interesting bets, to say the least. I will kick it off with my first bet. My first bet is James Cook, 2+ touchdowns against Carolina at plus 430. So you're gonna make some money if this thing hits, for sure.
I will say you hit on Dax 3+ last week.
That's right. Finally. Yes, I knew that was coming.
Anyways, continue. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. Please interrupt. If you compliment me, you can interrupt all you want. As I mentioned in the previous episode, Buffalo has lost their last 2 games. In those 2 games, Cook has rushed for 49 and 87 yards after having 100 yards in the previous 3 games. Coincidence? Not so much. The Panthers' defense is in the top 10, but I think Buffalo gets back to the script that worked so well for them in September, and that's getting James Cook the ball early and often. I expect a touchdown rushing, and I expect another touchdown receiving for Mr. Cook this week against the Panthers. So I'm taking James Cook, 2+ touchdowns against the Carolina Panthers at plus 430 on FanDuel.
This does align with what you were saying in the in the first episode this week. With the Bills have gotten away from the run game the past 2 weeks, and they've lost 2, so you expect them to lean on James Cook.
Right, especially after the bye. They've had a chance to self-evaluate, and they probably realized, like, yeah, what were we doing? Like, we allowed ourselves to dictate the other team to dictate what we wanted to do. We're going to change that. We're going to dictate what we want to do to the other team, for sure.
So all of my bets this week, every single one, is aligned with National Tight End Day this weekend. I hit a big parlay last year on National Tight End Day touchdowns.
You did.
So I'm going back to the well.
Why not?
I have 3 that I like and 4 possibly.
Oh.
So my tight end touchdown parlay as it stands, Dallas Goedert, Mark Andrews, Tucker Kraft are the 3 that I really like. And then my bonus is a wild card in Mr. Mason Taylor. If you go with the first 3 on DraftKings, you're looking at plus 1,446.
Woo!
If you add in Mr. Taylor's touchdown, he triples the odds and takes it up to plus 5,391 on DraftKings. Here's my rationale. Dallas Goedert has 5 touchdowns this year of Jalen Hurts' 11, including 1 the last time they played the Giants. Mark Andrews is getting Jackson back. Chicago has given up the 2nd most receptions to the tight end position. Mark Andrews has been tight end or touchdown dependent for as long as I can remember now, it feels. Tucker Kraft, I talked about him early in the season. He is the favorite target of Jordan Love. He's got a 2-game touchdown streak. Pittsburgh's defense is bottom 6 against tight ends in targets, yards, and touchdowns allowed to the tight end position. Then we get the wild card, Mason Taylor. Triples the payout, but not without some risk. Who's his QB? Is Mason Taylor healthy? Does any of it really matter because they're playing the Bengals? So I'm going to go with all 4 legs at plus 5,391.
I am in on this one, buddy. In on it. I love it. Even Mark Andrews, Mr. Touchdown Dependent Mark Andrews.
Yep.
Your guy. Your favorite guy.
You could also look at a Pat Freiermuth. I couldn't figure out which Pittsburgh tight end to go with because one of the three is going to score this week against Green Bay, who is second worst in the league against tight ends.
Yep.
I like Muth, but my luck, I throw that in, and it'll be Jonnu Smith or Washington.
Exactly. Yeah, go with. I like the tight end day parlay. Is that something? Is that like because they have those subject lines on the betting sites? Are you Blake's tight end parlay? Is that somewhere on in DraftKings or FanDuel?
I have not partnered with DraftKings or FanDuel yet.
Yet. We're setting something up, buddy. We're setting something up. Yeah.
They won't want to partner with me. We take so much money from them each week, and all the fanatics do that. Why would they partner with me?
Good point. I'm going to get into my second Sunday six-pack bet, and it's Spencer Rattler over 16.5 yards against Tampa Bay at minus 114. Spencer's gone over his rushing total of 3 out of the last 4 games. And as me and Blake talked about, the Saints can score, and Rattler can scramble and use his legs to extend drives and plays. Look for him to continue that streak to go over his rushing yards again this week against Tampa Bay. For some reason, fanatics, I feel really good about this one. I'd say go ahead and book it against Tampa. I think this has the potential to be a high-scoring game. There's going to be a lot of frenzy plays, broken plays here and there. And I think between Baker and Rattler, I think they potentially both could hit their rushing totals because we know Baker likes to run.
He does.
He'll scramble to save it to get a first down any day. But I'm taking Spencer Rattler over 16.5 yards against Tampa Bay at minus 114.
I know little to nothing about Spencer Rattler's running history, so I'll just take your word for this one.
Oh, I dug a little deep on it. Oh, our guy, you bringing our guy back.
Yep. I'm telling you, it's all with the tight ends today. And there are some people out there that think Jake Ferguson's a sit this week because they're going against Denver. And the return of CeeDee Lamb. Well, last week, CeeDee Lamb was there, and Ferguson was still very involved to the tune of 23% target share on his routes run. That led the team. But they're playing Denver's defense. Yep, and I think that's going to be a lot of attention to Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, which leaves less attention on Jake Ferguson. Ferguson also ranks 9th among tight ends in target share when facing a blitz. You know what Denver likes to do at a high rate? Blitz. And last week, Denver struggled to defend the tight end position at the Giants to the tune of 154 yards.
Yeah.
So I feel like I might like his over on the receptions total too.
Ooh. Which is probably, I would imagine, 5.5?
I do. It's actually a line that I have later. It's 5.5. He's averaging 7.3 on the season, 6 or more in 5 of his last 6 games, including last week with CeeDee Lamb, where he got 7 receptions.
So Jake Ferguson is your tight end, really.
I do like Jake Ferguson this week.
Yeah. I don't see why not.
I don't think he blows the yardage total out of the water, but I think he covers it, and I think he covers 5.5 catches.
Thinking 55 of 6 catches? Yeah. I think that's doable, especially in that offense. We know, that game is going to be really interesting because it could be one of those games that could be a total shootout, or Denver could actually shut Dallas down. I don't think that's the case, but they have the defense to do it. If anybody can do it, and obviously we know Denver can score. They scored 33 damn points in 1 quarter. I mean, that alone lends me to believe this might be a shootout. As good as Denver's defense is, we have to give credit to Dallas and their offense. I mean, they're the top. I mean, they're the top offense in the league.
Mm-hmm. Tons of weapons.
They remind me of the Bengals last year.
Yep.
And Dak
couldn't stop anybody and just keep putting up points.
And Dak is trending just like Joe Burrow did last year. So definitely Jake Ferguson and anybody really on Dallas, with the exception, the receivers, and even Javonte Williams. So again, Jake Ferguson may be the end all be all when it comes to either a bet or even in fantasy, like in terms of production. He might be the most productive other than Dak in fantasy for the Cowboys this week. Could be. Yep.
I mean, Javonte was your sit of the week at the running back position.
Yep.
And we know that Surtain's going to cause problems.
Yeah, make
with
it difficult.
CD and Ferguson, depending on who he's on any given play.
Yep. I like it. My third and last one is, I think a no-brainer. It's Bijan and Tyler Algier anytime touchdown scores against the Dolphins. Bijan at minus 240, Tyler Algier at plus 145 on FanDuel. Plain and simple, as Blake mentioned in the previous episode, they have the worst defense in the NFL, allowing 159 yards a game and an average of 5.6 yards a carry. And we talked about what's Atlanta's calling card? Running the ball. You will see a ton of Bijan and Tyler this week, especially since Penix is on the injury report and may not play. I really don't do a lot of anytime touchdown scores when it comes to the Sunday six-pack, but this was too good to pass up. Could they both top 100 yards rushing? Very possible.
Are you suggesting that this gets parlayed, or you're saying one or the other is going to score?
No, I say both of them score.
Oh, so you parlay this, you're looking at plus 222 on DraftKings.
There you go.
So it's
perfect.
Winning money. You're in the green.
Yes, sir. I think both. I think Bijan definitely gets in the end zone. I think Tyler Algier gets in the end zone. So I think they both could potentially get 100 yards. And I here's what I'll say. Bijan will definitely get 100 yards total offense. Tyler Algier could get 100 yards rushing. Would not be surprised if that happened.
Yeah, I don't know if I like Bijan's over. It was like 94 yards, if I remember.
You don't like it?
I feel like it might be a committee backfield this week because they're just going to grind it out. I mean, Judkins didn't get 100 yards. They called the dogs off.
Yeah. So while you were talking, there's some breaking news, buddy.
Lamar Jackson.
Yes. You want to have at it?
He ran with the practice squad Friday night, the scout team. So that's leading everyone to believe that he will not return this week.
That's a big deal.
That doesn't change my Mark Andrews. Past 2 weeks, he hasn't had him. He's been used a lot.
Oh, Cooper Rush?
They've been targeting him.
They have been. You're right. But touchdown is a little bit different than targeting.
Targets result in touchdowns. You can't get a touchdown without a target.
Touchdown dependent.
Yes.
I got you. All right. Well, a little bit of breaking news. Literally just came off the wire about a minute ago. So, again, something to keep an eye on, Fanatics, as you're setting your lineups, or even, as we're talking about, placing your bets.
That's right. My final Sunday six-pack bet of the week is Cade Otton over 39.5 receiving yards. It's negative 113 on DraftKings. No Evans, no Godwin, no Bucky. No Evans, no Godwin, no Bucky. So where do the targets go? Since the injuries have started piling on, Cade Otton has become a top target over the past few weeks. 3 weeks, he's averaged 65.7 yards and has broken 50 yards in all 3 games. Last week, he led the Bucs with 9 targets, 7 receptions, and 65 yards, which does not include the 2 catches that were called back for questionable penalties. All of that against a good Lions defense. This week, he's got the Saints. Much different story. 39.5 seems way too low for me.
Yeah. I wonder what's his I would imagine his over-under catches would probably be 4.5, most likely. Yeah.
That's a fair number.
Yeah. I mean, again, if we're doing tight ends, then this might be the one, or even more so than Ferguson, to have this week, meaning Cade Otton, because of the injury status of Evans, Godwin, Bucky Irvin, and then Amir Ibuka.
Yep.
He's struggling, and then you're left with Tez Johnson and Sterling Shepard. Nothing against those dudes, but again, Baker likes Cade Otton, has been throwing to him for the last couple of years, Mr. Reliable. So potentially an over on receiving yards and potentially receptions.
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
Couple more tight end lines I like before we get to your Saturday college football pick.
Give him
Tyler Warren over 59.5 receiving yards.
Yes. My guy.
He's gone 60 plus in 3 of his last 4.
Yep.
Dalton Kincaid, welcome back. Over 42.5 receiving yards. I know you're thinking they lean on James Cook, but Kincaid has been Allen's favorite target this year. He's leading the Bills in receiving yards and in touchdowns. That might be a sneaky play too.
Yep.
To add into that touchdown parlay. Little Kincaid action.
Man.
And then finally, I noted, Jake Ferguson over 5.5 receptions.
Of all the bets, I think that one is, again, there's no lock, but man, I would be shocked if he did not have over 5.5 receptions.
Yep.
Would be shocked. So again, Blake, thank you for all the tight end love. The tight ends out there are loving you.
Hopefully everyone that listens is loving me by the end of the week.
Let's hope so. Let's get to the bonus college bet. Now, I'm gonna preface this by saying I'm at 3-1 versus the spread. Now, we talked about this last week. When we first came on the air, or when I first made the pick, Notre Dame was favored by 9.5. That ballooned up to 10.5, and Notre Dame ended up winning by 10. So I'm gonna go with, hey, we picked USC to cover,
for sure,
and they did. So we're gonna leave it at that. So 3-1 against the spread. This week's game, everybody's like, man, you're picking these games. I was like, yeah, I could pick an easy game. I could pick a Georgia Tech, whoever they're playing. I could pick a Virginia who's ranked playing North Carolina. No, I go for the hard stuff, Blake. These are hard picks. These are not easy. So this week, it's number 3 Texas A&M, 2.5-point favorite against LSU in Death Valley. The only top 20 matchup this weekend. Mike Elko and the 3rd-ranked Aggies visit Brian Kelly and the 20th-ranked LSU Tigers in a primetime game in Tiger Stadium, better known as Death Valley. The Aggies' biggest win so far, Blake, against Notre Dame, and they're looking to repeat that performance against the Tigers, who are coming off a tough loss at Vandy. Surprisingly good Vandy team. You talk about needing to win bad, Brian Kelly is your guy. Remember, Blake? Brian Kelly, UC, Notre Dame, he is on the hot seat in Baton Rouge. And if this game does not go well and it goes sideways, he can be on his way out. Couple keys to the game. Couple keys. Can LSU's defense control A&M quarterback Marcel Reed, a dark horse sleeper Heisman candidate? And more importantly, can LSU's offensive line, who's starting a true freshman at tackle, hold up against the Aggies defense, who's ranked 37th in total defense, as well as 6th in sacks and 6th in tackles for loss at 8.8 tackles for loss a game. The sacks are 3.6 a game, so very good defense. We all know crazy things happen in Death Valley, Blake. See the 2018 game where A&M won 72-70. That is right, correct. 72-70 in 7 overtimes, the highest scoring game in FBS history. This game may be in Death Valley, but I like the Aggies to win and to cover the 2.5-point spread. And the seat for Brian Kelly gets hotter and hotter like a batch of Louisiana gumbo, buddy. Hot.
Yeah.
So give me the
Aggies. I like the pick. Brian Kelly, he's...
you look at your face. Yeah.
I don't like Brian Kelly for multiple reasons. One,
you're disgusted.
UC fan. 2, Notre Dame fan.
Right.
Forget Brian Kelly.
I knew you.
I hope they lose. I hope he gets fired. Go find yourself some dud of a job. You don't deserve a good team.
Ooh.
All right, our favorite segment, the late lates.
The late lates.
These are the ones that you don't want your buddies to know about.
No. Keep it on the D-low.
They're not sexy. They're not glamorous, but they might get the job done.
Yeah. In some cases, they do get the job done.
Oh, where's Karate and Sam when we need them?
Hopefully they're listening. I doubt it, but they'll get a kick out of that. Go ahead with yours, because I'm curious about this guy.
Mr. Nathan Carter.
I don't recognize this guy's name.
It's kind of a deep pick, and it's a late that you got to keep an eye on, because the Falcons are playing the Dolphins, who are awful at stopping the run. My running back start of the week was Tyler Algier. Yeah. But Tyler Algier is also banged up, and he's questionable this week. So if Tyler Algier does not go, Nathan Carter is going to be the Robin to Bijan's Batman.
Not bad.
You can go pick up Nathan Carter on every single waiver wire. He is available, I promise you. So if you're in need of a running back or a flex this week due to bipocalypse and or injuries, he's someone you can consider.
Nice. I like that, man. You're again, the deep dives, man. Deep. Man, you're bringing it this week. Bringing it. My late is none other than Parker Washington, wide receiver for the Dolphins. Blake mentioned our buddy. Who's our buddy? Waddle. Yeah, I forgot his name. I wanted to get him out of my head. Jalen Waddle. He's got hamstring, plural, issues. 2 of them. And last week, Parker Washington, Blake, 10 targets.
Mm-hmm.
10 targets. I mean, you start getting targets and somebody going to keep an eye on. So with Waddle being injured and hurt and not really knowing his status, Parker Washington is definitely available in most formats. I would keep an eye on him, and I would actually pick him up if you need him, contingent on Waddle's injury status going into tomorrow's game.
This is one of those that you get ahead of the waiver wire.
Yeah, he's available.
He might have a big week this week, and then he's going to be a high bid commodity next week.
Yep. Or he can have a good week, and then you get your guys back, and you can drop them like a ton of bricks.
Yep.
Cool. All right, folks. Well, that's our Sunday 6-pack for this week. Blake, any other anything tight end wise we need to know about?
I think we've covered it all. Keep an eye on those injury reports for Mason Taylor. See if he's in. If he's in,
play him. Good luck and have yourselves a great Sunday Fun Day, Fanatics. Sunday Fun Day, guys, out.